What's up, guys? This is Rise, and welcome to another video where we're going to be rocking Ampharos with the new move Brutal Swing in this video. And a fun team, Gliscor, Ampharos, Ferrothorn. A bit of like unbalanced team theoretically. I think Ferrothorn makes more sense in the lead. But we're running Gliscor as sort of an ABB. We're like quite weak to a Swampert lead, but I guess Gliscor can sort of hold its own against Swampert if we were to see one. And we actually get the boost here, which is kind of nasty. I am going to commit a Protect Shield since I have a lot of energy against this Drapion. And I actually go for the EQ because I figure my opponent doesn't think I'm going to EQ after I've gotten the boost. So we make a nice call there. Over farming, I try to CMP the Snorlax on its body slam, but he doesn't throw. So I'm just going to throw this next Night Slash, and dude, Gliscor going berserk. Not only taking out the lead Pokemon, but getting a shield and taking out a big chunk of the Snorlax. I know my Ferrothorn, doesn't want to take a superpower. So I come in here with Ampharos, I tank a move, and now I have to make a decision. Do I want to shield this or not? I decide to shield last second, and I'm going to overfarm by 1, throw a Thunder Punch. And what is going to be in the back? Let's see. Shields are down, and it's a Mandibuzz, which is about as much as we could ask for. And check this out. Mandibuzz is 6 turns away, so I do 1 Volt Switch. I wait a second, and I catch on my Ferrothorn. I mean, not a huge catch, to be honest, because theoretically, like, if I just swap anyway, he throws Foul Play anyway, so I guess that catch isn't really much of a big deal. But a nice little play, and then we Thunder for the win. So there we go, dude. Brutal Swing is a Dark-type move. It's also 40 energy, just like Thunder Punch. So you get to it quite quickly. And we get a tough lead here. So we're going to safe swap our Ampharos. And we're going to go for the Thunder Punch here. I like kind of keeping the Brutal Swing hidden. I think Thunder Punch does slightly more, just because it's same type attack bonus. And I shield. I do respect the Meteor Beam, but I get baited, which is very unfortunate. Thunder Punch. Going to grab a shield. And at this point, I'm okay if I get Meteor Beam, because I've already gotten this Aurorus quite low. But he Weather Balls, and he's forced to Weather Ball again. So I'm like, okay, this is good, because I can probably Bullet Seed down and come out with some energy. We'll probably have to take a Weather Ball in the process, but that's okay. We can take this, and then we hope they don't have another hard answer to Gliscor. Let us see. There is a Noctowl. I'm like, okay, this isn't that bad. We're going to go for the Thunder here, and we land the Thunder. Aggressive swap Gliscor, and there's a Pelipper. So I'm like, okay, this is interesting. Going for the Night Slash. Another Night. This is a CMP tie. Gonna take the Weather Ball. It's gonna do a lot of damage. But I know, like, if I'm gonna win this game, I need to somehow, like, farm down the Pelipper and, like, land a Thunder. And the Pelipper expends energy, which is good for us. The problem here is I don't know if my Pharaoh has enough in the tank, and unfortunately the Pelipper gets to a Weather Ball, which I think is actually going to seal our fate, although that doesn't seem very significant. I think it's going to seal our fate here. And now I remember this. Check this out. Our opponent calls the Power Whip. Totally unnecessarily. Totally unnecessarily. Because he would have outpaced us anyway, I believe. I could be wrong. Let's do a quick double take, just to count the Noctowl's energy, just to make sure I'm not tripping and he need it. Because in the moment I was like, that was totally an unnecessary flex. So let's retrack. Let's see if he was just flexing on us, or if that was actually necessary. So 1, 2. It's 2 wing attacks. 3, 4. And we fast forward. So he's at 4 wing attacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 9. So he's 3 off, double. Maybe he did. Maybe he did need to call it. I don't know, man. I'm tripping. Anyway, that was like one of the most frustrating losses possible, right? Like if I literally just went for the Hail Mary Thunder, I win. And our opponent called it like an absolute madman savage. Holy guacamole. Okay. Let's calm down. We swap Pharaoh. We're met by a Girafarig, which I have like almost never seen. This might be the first one I've seen in the Go Battle League. I didn't know what it was running. I'm just going to let this go. Unfortunately, these double kicks are really chunking. But it looks like I can take at least shield advantage here. I am concerned that he can probably double kick me down if he shields this Power Whip. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, gets the full double kick down, which is unfortunate. I decide to come in with Ampharos. And I'm going to tank this Psychic Fangs. It is a stab Psychic Fang, so it does a little bit more. And it's a Poliwrath. He's double weak to electric. Double weak to electric, bro. I am debuffed, so I wonder if I decide to get out of here at some point. I guess not. I'm just going for another Thunder Punch. Maybe now I get out of here. Bang. Catch a move, but like, do I really want to catch this? Yikes. Oh, gosh. Rise, why aren't you shielding, bro? Oh my god, wait. Oh. I'm just going to farm down with Ampharos. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, Rise, I see you, bro. Opponent throws with poor timing, which actually could be lethal. Like, he would have got 1 extra wing attack here. We live 1 extra wing attack, so I guess it didn't matter. And yeah, he was super weak to Ampharos. Imagine Ampharos lead. That'd be... Yikes. Gliscor versus Dedenne. Pretty interesting. Both of us resist each other's fast move damage. I'm a little bit threatened by the Play Rough. He's definitely threatened by the Earthquake. I do correctly shield, which is pretty nice. And he swaps Pelipper. Pelipper is no safe swap. Pelipper is no safe swap against an Ampharos. However, this is so awkward because I think I could have done 1 more Volt Switch there. But Pelipper gets to these moves so quickly that you can't even fully farm it down. Otherwise, I'd have to commit a shield. So it's pretty awkward. I should have done 1 more Volt Switch. But it is what it is. That looked kind of like a CMP. Ampharos. Hiya. Wasn't a CMP, I guess. Going to tank this. I might live a Discharge. I don't live a Discharge. I'm going to come in here with Pharaoh, which completely walls this Dedenne. And I might commit to like a crazy Bullet Seed down here and just come out with a bazillion energy. Oh, I guess not. Okay. Another Discharge. Finally going to throw a Power Whip. Does the Dedenne shield to stick around, or does it go down? It goes down, and there is a Frostlass in the back. Huh. Yikes. Frostlass 2 shields. This looks pretty scary. And they actually let it go, so I think I'm kind of screwed here if I'm being honest. Yeah, especially after committing that last shield. Oh, wait. This is going to be close. Oh, I boost. Is there any way Frostlass doesn't get enough energy to get to 2 avalanche? So they throw here. How close are they to the next avalanche? I'm not sure. Is there any way Pharaoh gets there first? Pharaoh gets there first. And all that energy we stored earlier against the Dedenne ends up being the difference. As we get both shields and we stored enough on the Pharaoh where we just barely outpaced the Frost. If I had to guess, I think that came down to one single turn, 1/2 second, because I think the Frost was 2 away and we were 1 bullet seed away, so pretty nasty stuff, dude. We get a Swinub as the reward. And we move on. In the Go Battle League. Skip forward just a hair. Eduardo. Gliscor versus Primate. Pretty good lead. Of course, Ice Punch is threatening to us, so we have to respect that, most likely. Opponent throws at 6. What would be an Ice Punch if they're running it. But they bait me with Night Slash. Very smart. I go for a Night Slash here, hoping it KOs from this range. Night Slash doesn't KO, so I have to catch on my Ferrothorn. And it is an Ice Punch, so it is a worthwhile catch. In comes Ampharos, so he's awfully weak to Pharaoh. I throw at 5 for proper timing. 15 versus 16 turns. Power Whip draws a shield. If this is like not a Focus Blast, I should live. It's a brutal swing. And as you see, doesn't do a ton of damage. I would have lost CMP anyway if I had thrown there immediately. So not a huge deal that I didn't throw. I do have residual energy on Gly, so I'm going to come in here with Gly. Throw my Earthquake just before his next brutal swing. Earthquake, bang! Knocks out the Ampharos. And here I think we're in a pretty good spot. Well, Earthquake I think is kind of like unnecessary. I think I'm okay simply just going for Night Slashes. And as long as I can chip this enough, my Ampharos should be able to close the deal. Actually get a boost. And I decide to shield just because I... Oh, and I catch. Kind of nasty. Kind of nasty, bro. Look at that. Bang. And now he's quadruple debuffed. And I just go for a Thunder Punch here. Double resisted Thunder Punch. For a little bit of BM. But he doesn't know that we have Brutal Swing, so. Not a whole lot of BM there, I don't think. Nice win. And we shall move on to the next one. Here we go, Joe. Radiato. Gliscor into Knock. Not a great lead. So actually, a hard swap Ampharos, kind of crazy. And this is really bad. This is so bad. I go up to Focus Blast energy, and I go for a Thunder Punch, and he calls it. That's poor timing I throw with, but I think I just wanted to get this off before he potentially knocked me out with a move. And then look at this. I get completely farmed down. This Guzzlord has so much energy, dude. This is so bad. This is so bad. I come in with Ferrothorn. Why? I'm not sure. I guess I think it's tankier, so it can tank this better. Oh, and he goes for Dragon Claw. Kind of weird. So gonna eat this. And there's the crunch. Gonna go for a Power Whip here. But this is really bad. We don't have Switch, and our Pharaoh's been chunked. And at this point, I'm like, okay, this is over, dude. I guess I'm gonna play it. I'm staying in just in case I like get a boost or something. I feel like a boost might be the only win con at this point. So I'm playing it out just in case the boost lords give us some luck. Another Night Slash coming through. But with no boost, I think this is pretty much over. He still has a very healthy Machamp lurking in back. Our Ferrothorn doesn't even have any energy, maybe like one Bullet Seed. And we get a shield. And at this point, oh, I guess I just decide to stay in and let him take me out rather than top lefting. I was too demoralized to even top left. I was just like, just hit me, Machamp. Just hit me, okay? Next battle. Chibi Cho, interesting name. Dragalge. So not a great lead. Actually kind of a core breaker. But I think I remember this game. I think our opponent plays this kind of odd. So I shield an Aqua Tail. I build up past Earthquake Energy and I bait Night Slash. Night Slash draws a shield. And I go for another Night Slash here. And then check this out. Our opponent gets greedy on the overfarm. Allows me to get to another Night Slash. And he double shields. He double shields and then he gets greedy even more. And commits to the farm down. It allows me to get to another Night Slash. So not only do we win switch, but we win shield advantage. And our opponent clearly just wasn't quite sure about the counts for Gliscor. So just didn't realize how spammy it was, is my guess. And then he swapped in Marowak, which makes sense since Noctowl had such a bad matchup. But this is where Brutal Swing really comes in handy. This would be a tough matchup if not for Brutal Swing. Gonna knock out the Marowak. We're gonna swap because Ampharos isn't gonna get to another move. And we should be fine here. Up a shield. If this was even shields, I think Noctowl might win this. Actually, it looks like Pharaoh might win the zeros. What would that be? Like 30 turns versus 12, 24, 32 turns. So yeah, I think Pharaoh probably wins the zero shields here anyway. And we're up a shield, so pretty comfortable. Pretty comfortable. And we get the win. I think we got one more battle. One more battle for you lovely viewers of the channel. No chan, like no chance. Tough lead here against Empoleon. I swap in Ferrothorn. I should have thrown right away, but I didn't for whatever reason. So he makes a nice catch on his Frostlass. I overfarm a lot and I shield. I figure... okay. I go up to like basically 100 energy here. Going for the Power Whip. I back to back to make sure I get this off before he gets off his next Avalanche. And I get both shields, which is something. Probably let this go. Yeah, I think I let this go and I... Oh, he snipes me. But this ends up being a critical mistake for him. The problem here is Emp has a move loaded. And, oh my gosh, now I remember this. He hurricanes me. Here I am. Rock you like a hurricane. That must be his favorite song. And he was doing the hurricane challenge. But trainer, that wasn't the play. I hate to break it to you. You don't want to hurricane electric types. They resist flying. They don't like that song, is how you should probably think about it. And we get the win. So yeah, of course, that trainer probably didn't quite, wasn't quite as experienced, but that's okay. We all make mistakes. I've certainly been in situations where I've thrown like the incorrect move at something because I just wasn't thinking, or I was in a tense situation. So I've definitely done that before. I had but something that I personally remember is like on stream one time where I could have, I think Pogo King, King IV raided me, and I had a situation where I could have Sludge Bombed a Swampert to KO, but instead I Shadow Punched it because in my head, right, Shadow Punch neutral, Sludge Bomb resisted, and the Shadow Punch barely didn't KO, and the Swampert got to a Hydro Cannon versus Sludge Bombing the better move. If I had thrown that, it would have done more raw damage and I would have won the game. So I remember like King raiding me and had all these people watching, and I just make like a terrible misplay to lose the game. And but although it was tough at the time, and that was I think I'm a lot better as a battler now as I was back then. I think that was sort of why I was kind of learning the ropes and the fundamentals. It's something that like sticks with you and that you learn from, and I'm probably not likely to make that mistake again if I was in that same situation. So all that said, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this content, feel free to leave a like and subscribe. Comment down below. All comments are appreciated. They help the YouTube algorithm. And all that said, thank you once again. I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.